I'm sort of surprised and glad that the Rauatai were not upset with what I have done with Pokokahara, but that was just at Sura. And we haven't met with their leader out here yet, and that is what we are about to go do. Their homeland is racked with storms that must be similar to how Pokokahara was before we healed it. Is it coming from Andra's mortar as well? Or is the cause from another luminous Adra vein? I do not know, though it is nice to know that I can heal these things and stop the storms. If I can do that there, then maybe there is a chance to heal Andra's mortar as well. If I could survive the storms getting to the luminous Adra vein, then I probably could end them. Even with Aothis out of the way, it seems that I have a lot of work to do out here, but Aothis is the threat, of course, for now, though. We will go to see him soon. There are quite a few other things that I have been tasked with out here in the Deadfire that I will get to first. We can now explore Neketaka Island. I believe we are skilled enough to brave its dangers, unlike the first time we tried. We are here to see the Hazanui, as requested.
Atsura tells me you tamed the storms of Pokokahara.
She scratches her chin with the stem of her pipe, watching me with new interest.
Makes a person wonder what kind of secrets lie in Andra's mortar.
She takes a thoughtful puff of her pipe. I'd love to find out.
That's the spirit.
She claps me on the back, her wooden hand clopping against my shoulder. Well, that's right, she has that artificial hand. Shoti grins wide and slow and easy.
Rautai's storms have made us who we are as a nation. Hardy, driven, inventive. But they've also held us back. Forced our people to seek resources and livelihoods far from our homes and families. Imagine how much more we could achieve if we could control those storms.
Her bright eyes watch me for a reaction. A grand and worthy goal.
And one that will improve the lives of many.
Her jaw is tight, with conviction.
The storms there cannot be natural. Not when they are so ferocious, so constant.
She motions to the window. A thin stream of smoke follows her gesture.
And your exploits at Pokokahara suggest that something else may be behind them. But enough of that for now.
She waves the smoke between me away. Did you get Queen Onakaza's fruit basket? Her expression darkens and she draws on her pipe.
I got her message all right.
She sighs angrily, smoke filtering through her teeth. What was with all the black powder at Hisongo? A look of surprise passes over her face. She tries to cover it with a grunt.
Noticed that, did you? Saltpeter is one of our chief resources at Rauatai, and we believe in putting resources to use. Now you can see why we didn't want the Valians nosing around our fort.
Atsura said you needed my help.
There's an understatement.
She knocks the bowl of her pipe against her wooden hand.
The trouble in Hisongo forced us to send additional ships back to Rauatai to make up for shortfalls. And storms at home have delayed another portion of our fleet. This leaves us short-handed here.
She purses her lips with displeasure. I've got an expert crew and a ship that can handle anything out here.
I have no doubt. We're due to collect a special shipment for delivery to our port at Sayuka. We've contracted with a captain named Widla.
A flicker of distaste passes across her face.
Meet her, complete the trade, and take the cargo to Sayuka. Fleet Master Okaya is overseeing the development of some special projects there.
She takes a thoughtful draw on her pipe as she looks at me, seemingly deciding what to say.
She's one of the brightest minds in Rauatai, and it shows. You two will get along.
Her amusement manifests in the barest lift of her eyebrows.
Most of her work is, or should be, under wraps for now. But perhaps she can give you a taste of what we have to offer.
What's the shipment?
It'll be easier for Okaya to explain.
She puffs a thick cloud of smoke between the two of us. She doesn't break my gaze, but the effect is almost the same. Widla and her crew, who are they?
Good sailors with a fast ship and no mind for questions.
She chomps a little harder on the bit of her pipe. They're smugglers.
Along with half the population of this storm-tossed archipelago.
She shakes her head.
I understand you're cozy with the Principe. I've got no love for pirates, but that connection may serve you well here.
Why don't you send Widla's crew to Sayuka? Her laugh sounds like a grunt.
Let's just say, I'm not keen to invite them to a port where we're developing experimental technologies.
Forget I asked.
Any other questions?
If it's important, I can handle it. What's next?
Widla's agreed to meet our courier out at sea, away from the heaviest traffic.
She gestures on her map to the open water west of Neketaka.
This is her payment. We've already negotiated with her.
She hands me a purse. Oh, 1,000
Fleet Master
copper?
Okaya will see to your compensation once you arrive with the cargo.
She watches me appraisingly.
This is the kind of job that's best completed quickly and quietly. I'm counting on your famous discretion. Clear skies.
Let me ask you about something. Well, that's it. Farewell.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to... Oh, Aloth is with us. Let's get Takehu with us. If Maya's gone, so we need another person in our crew. So, Takehu's with us. Is it possible to go down this way? I think it is. Nice lake. It is actually quite a beautiful island. What is this? An area of forest. Peculiar place. We're cutting our way through the dense, hilly jungles to the west of Neketaka when we stumble upon a small campsite. At first it merely appears abandoned. The two tents present have collapsed, but then we see the bodies. Two corpses, torn apart and mostly eaten, sprawl across the dark earth. Search the area. Eloth, search for us, will you? The campsite has been thoroughly destroyed. The tents lie crushed as if under some great foot. A kettle rests on its side, very nearly caved in, and the fire has been stomped out. Has Aethys been here? The bodies, what's left of them, bear the tattered remnants of the robes and holy symbols of the Dawn Stars. Oh. A handful of arrows pincushion the trees to the south of the camp, where they've struck the trunks. The bark bears a thin layer of ice. It's slowly melting in the warm tropical air. The trees to the south hunch bent aside as if whatever caused this carnage came from and left by that direction. Search for salvage. A few hides, antlers, and other trophies lie around the camp. A fang, antlers, pelts. A small chest buried in the collapsed tent contains a variety of fresh foods. Sugar, milk, merkberries, water, egg, pork, fresh fruit. Lots of stuff. Okay, so let's do what I'm good at. Search for the presence of spirits. I focus my watcher abilities, opening myself to the presence of any lingering essence. A vision tugs at me, dragging me forward like the rushing current of a flooded river. I see the creatures, nigh twice the height of a human, standing among the ruins of my campsite, eating the corpses of my fellows. Vines and moss hang from their amorphous bark-covered form. Lurkers. Ah, I remember that. So, lurkers are comprised of a colony of several different species of parasitic carnivorous plants and fungi working together to hunt a common prey. As a whole, they stand nearly 10 feet tall in vaguely anthropomorphic body comprised of vines, leaves, roots, and earth. Ugh, interesting. Waves of fear and anger wash over me. Anger and fear, but also faith in Aethys returned, and with a prayer on my lips, I fire arrows from my enchanted bow, each as cold as sleet. I hear a rushing sound to my right and turn to face it. The vision ends abruptly. Examine the tracks. Loth is best, or sorry, Adair is best at that. He recognizes the large, uneven, roundish tracks as those of a lurker, a massive conglomeration of carnivorous plants. I also note a wide groove down the center of the tracks. It seems the lurkers were dragging something heavy behind them when they left. Having finished looking over the camp, I take a step back towards the path. Want to put that lamp of yours to use, Shoti? Rest now, my brethren, I promise. I will safeguard your journey. Head bowed, Shoti sways her lantern for a long while in harvest, providing ample time for the missionaries' souls to accept the pull of the light. Let's bury the bodies. The dark soil is soft, and within a couple of hours, I have dug a hole deep enough for the remains. I lower them into the ground and cover them, consigning them to the wheel. Adair gives a nod and a wink, and Shoti nibbles on her lips to hide a spreading smile. 2 hours have passed. And the cycle continues, though the body is thusly shucked and soul will find its way to a new beginning. Shoti bows her head. Tekehu grins and pats down a nest of his wreathing hair. Let's follow the tracks. The creatures seem to have put no effort into hiding their tracks, and I easily follow them deeper into the jungle. The path enters a clearing, and I almost walk into it without recognizing the danger. From the edge of the foliage, I see numerous lurkers among a few bulbous, dank spores. The primordials remain almost entirely still, seeming no more threatening than the trees that surround them. Huh. How about we conjure magical decoy as a distraction? Perhaps we'll let Loth do this. Chanting quietly, Aloth performs a complex rite and summons something at the far edge of the clearing. It crashes loudly through the thick growth. The lurkers slowly shift and stomp away after the sound. The spores, however, remain. Anything to make this a little bit easier on us.
Peace and quiet.
Yeah, let's kill these spores.
Whoa, whoa. Got it.
Look.
Come now. Yes.
I thought we were friends.
Happy to oblige.
Love on you, beyond sick.
Well, that was easy.
That must be it. Yes, Captain.
Oh, that's the stuff.
Very easy. There's some kind of dog over here? Okay. Interesting. There's a body. Frostseeker, a warbow. I could use that, actually. It's got an enchantment for it. Fires multiple projectiles. Can use that for myself since I just have, well, I have a superb warbow, but we can always improve this. This is exceptional warbow. We can sell that. We can take Frostseeker and I can improve it. If I can improve it now. Requires a lot. We don't have all the items, but I can make it a superb bow, but that is very expensive. Another time. We'll use it as it is.
Yeah?
Oh, there's some spores here we can grab. But that wasn't the actual creatures who did the killing. That's just what they returned the body to feast on. It's just kind of nasty. But they were dragging that woman. Strange. Hey, that's that. There's a couple more things on this island we can go and see, which we didn't get a chance to do before. Now, what is this? Some kind of shrine over here? Tio Romanga, says Takehu. I noticed a small pavilion containing a large weathered statue of stone a little ways off the path. It appears to be a Hwana shrine. Search the surrounding area. Adair is best for that. The statue and surrounding area is clean and maintained. Locals likely visit the shrine frequently to keep it that way. I look around but don't see anyone nearby. Approach and identify it. Definitely something for Shodi to do. The statue bears the shape of a nude woman with the head of a monstrous fish. It portrays Ngadi, the Hwana's rendition of Andhra. An inscription runs along the shrine's base. The surf smooths stones, but also crushes them into sand. Meditate on my travails and rest. Seated at the shrine, I steady my breathing and allow my muscles to loosen. I organize my thoughts, setting them in order. When I stand, everything seems less perilous or more attainable. That's enough to rest by. What's this? To the west of Neketaka, rolling verdant plains stretch towards the mountains. Spiked plants with bright flowers punctuate the emerald green tall grass. The occasional tree dots the landscape, broad foliage casting shade like a parasol. I crest a rise to see a group of reptilian figures roughly 100 feet down the hill. Hunched atop a broad, flat stone, the Xaurips chirp and squawk. Sneak closer to observe. We slink quietly through the brush, eyes alert for other threats. As we near the group, I observe a party of roughly 10 Xaurips. Several are poking at grubs with long sticks, under the guidance of one of their shamans. In the center of the circle, 2 of the grubs snap at one another, egged on by their Xaurip captors. Distracted by their sport, the wilder don't seem to have noticed me. Let's sneak past the area. Oh. One of the Xaurip perks up, nostrils flaring, and its head twists directly towards a Loth. Ah, Loth. And he's been really trying hard to sneak well lately, too. It barks and chirps, pointing a claw towards my companion. The small creatures produce bows and spears, which they brandish threateningly at us. They make no move to attack, however. Easy there, we mean you no harm. Oh, it seemed to have failed. The Xaurips chitter angrily at my thrusting and start thrusting their spears in my direction as if to ward me off. Well, I'll go. We leave. The Xaurips suddenly watch us back away. Once we're well away, they begin chittering amongst themselves. A few turn their backs to the games, but others take up watch positions around the periphery of the rock. I leave the wilder behind. There's some kind of place here on the side of the mountains. Now, we have not been here before. Paholwane is what Takehu calls this. Let me go first. I'm best to... There's enemies ahead. Xaurips. Oh, it's that kind of place, huh? While the other Xaurips didn't attack, we can try walking out in the open.
Sure.
Oh. No, they want to attack, so... Everybody hit this thing. Oh, well that really didn't do very much.
Hey, that wasn't that bad. That's not supposed to happen.
Aloth, where are you going? What are you doing?
Hey, watch it with that.
Happy to oblige.
The Alpha Press. Worth and rough. No good, I say.
Nuh-uh, didn't work.
Let's go.
Oh, there's one behind you.
Oh, exceed honor.
This does not work.
Just like honor.
This one is a bit tough.
Marks, don't it?
Now it's exploded. So as tough as it may be, that really doesn't matter. Row, some eggs.
On it.
I don't think we're gonna get any great treasure from in here if Xaurips live here. Usually they occupy former areas where people have lived and built places that have been abandoned. There's another Xaurip.
Can't make a dent.
Stuff.
Okay, it did this before. Just guard Shodi. There it is.
Yeah. Sure. Take him down.
What's this?
Will do.
This wagon seems to be in relatively good repair, in sharp contrast to its weather-worn surroundings. Looks like there's stairs that we've missed. Oh, whoa, there's an ogre in there. Two-headed, large creature called an Eoten. Karu Trader. Interesting. Looks like it's being held against his will. Yeah, that Eoten's gonna come after us. So, Aethys, or sorry, Aethys. Adair, you go first. Okay, we'll try to kill everything else around you.
Trespasser. Come, friends.
Let's use some of those spells you have. Go off.
This does not work.
That hurt him. Wow, it did a lot of damage. Ouch, I'm getting hurt.
No good.
Aloth, what are you doing over there?
I'm feeling the
Aloth. You fool.
Exceed honor.
Need something stronger.
Okay. Let's see, we have to bring him back. Resurrection.
Makes no difference.
Breath and weakness.
Behold.
Ow. Looks like I'm gonna need to use a potion.
Mother.
Bad.
Aloth, get out of there.
Cross the line. Yeah. Honor.
Let's go.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Ow. That hurt.
Bleeding.
Mo. Ixi. On it.
Right.
Okay, it's gone. This thing isn't.
Glory be to God.
Aloth, stop running right up at them.
That's not supposed to happen.
Mo. Ixi.
We won't show him the whip feather yet. I'll not let him take me down. Lava rule beyond.
This does not work.
Mo. Ixi. On it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shoti.
Mo. Ixi. On it.
Oh,
Mo. Ixi. On it.
gaping wounds there, covering it with a bandage.
On it.
It's from a spell that Takehu likes to cast, even though it affects people in his own damn group. Wow. Thanks to him, that traitor, not traitor, traitor, is dead. A large decaying heart, stuffed with straw, has been mounted on the wall as a grisly trophy. Takehu, I don't know why you do that. He always casts that spell. These cuts of flesh and charred limbs have started to ripen in the tropical heat. Yeah, that was a bit of a difficult battle, but we didn't need to kill that. Where's this go?
Enemies ahead.
Ooh. Some Xaurips down there. Well, they've spotted us.
Hell.
Let's see. Everybody focus on the gunpowder barrel. Oh, it didn't blow up. It didn't blow up.
Think you got the decency to die?
Lava rule beyond.
Oh, good.
Take them down.
That looks complicated.
Shoti.
Mo. Just like that.
Worse than rough.
All right.
I wish I
Darkness
could.
flows. The light wanes. Mo. Ixi. On it.
Let's go.
Oh, I hate it when they disappear like that.
Lava rule beyond sick.
So it's still here. There it is.
Lava rule beyond sick.
Happen. I'll get it open. Got it.
Ah, gauntlets of greater reliability.
Will do.
Barrel. Smashed crates, broken chests, and various other discarded items are piled high against the wall. Okay, there's more to go investigate here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.